Beth Blake, Public Relations Director of ISC West. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be talking to a number of companies today on their new products and technologies, and we're particularly pleased to interview a company that has launched a product here at the show and has won a significant achievement, technological achievement, as well as an overall industry achievement. But besides that, it's a really neat, cool product that we'd like to talk to you about. With me today here are two gentlemen from FST 21. First of all, we have General Farkas, and we have Avi Lupo, both from the company FST. Now, the two of you work for the company, but you've launched a product here that is called SafeRise. Tell us a little bit about the company, first of all, and then we'll talk about SafeRise.
So there is a story, it's a part of our dream about the company. And the short story is, my last job in Israel was the director of military intelligence. And I served in this important job as during the toughest years in Israel, that we were attacked by suicide bombers in the cities. So watching this situation brought me to a conclusion that we have to ask different questions about how to prevent terror, how to prevent crime. So this is one of the roots, or one of the way how we decided to use technology to make a huge difference, to make our life in the cities better. The second important thing that happened is the mega city development in the world. This mega city means that in 2040, 80% from the population in the world will live in cities. It's 6.3 billion people. Today, the population is 6.9, so could you imagine what the challenges will be to live in cities? Energy, transportation, sweet water, employment, and crime. Crime will increase. So I believe we have to find a different solution to give you the feeling that you are secure in your house, in your office, in every place, and this is done very convenient. So our technology gave us an opportunity to change the way how people will access buildings by a fusion of technologies, by prevention, that this is, I believe, a very important thing, to prevent something to happen, not to investigate something after the event. And what we brought to the show, to the market, is a very strong fusion between three basic technologies: face recognition, voice recognition, and pattern of your behavior. When we put them together with a very strong server computer and very high level of audio and video analysis, this together brought us to a result that we can transform you to be the key for your building. So this is the product.
A human key.
A human key.
That sounds very interesting. So it's a combination of facial, voice, and behavior recognition.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about behavior recognition, because we know about facial, we know about voice, but behavior is a little different. Tell us about that.
Most of our behaviors are very routine. For example, you can watch people entering in the lobby of your building, and you will see that they will access the building, for example, on the right side, other of the left side. People arrive to their house differently after a very tough day of work. They are different. The height is important. The height between the eyes in the floor, etc., etc. We have 40 characteristics that when we put them together, we can say, this is your behavior. And if you sound as Beth. If you look at Beth, if you behave as Beth, supposed to be that you are Beth.
Must be me.
Yeah. So this is a very strong IP patent that we have, putting all this together in a strong server in real time. What is the answer, the challenge that we ask our engineers is no more than 2 seconds. So it will take you less time than open the door by your key or by a card or by a code. And I believe this is a different way to give you the feeling that the access is convenient and is secure. Because it's very difficult then to imitate Farkas or Beth or Avi Lupo.
Yep. Yeah, no, I understand that completely. Was this developed through some behavior observations, or is it your military background that you know, sort of combined all three?
I have to tell you, we have time for a small story, for a short story. One of my friends from the American intelligence establishment, when you lost in Iraq more than 100 people that were killed during the war in Iraq, I was ready to share our experience by fighting terror. So I invited him to show him how we solved our problem. And he was very impressed. So he told me, I want to go to Prime Minister Sharon and to ask him to open for us this technology. And I answered him 3 answers. Number 1, you don't have to go to Prime Minister Sharon. I have the authority to do this alone. Number 2, you have this technology even stronger and higher than ours. But number 3, we ask different questions, so we got different answers. So this is maybe the best answer that I can give, that we were forced to ask different questions because of the challenge living in the cities unsecure. So the philosophy, the challenge brought me to a solution to use technology to change the situation, because basically the technology is there. I visited here 3 years ago. What you see today, it's an amount of improvement in the video analysis in cameras, with a lot of smart things with the camera, because it's not only the camera, it's also the brain for the camera. Number 2, audio is very weak, even though you can try to find audio systems here are very, very weak. I believe this is the future. I hope our company will lead this in the next year, because this is an important thing, the match, the fusion between voice and audio will give you an answer as a virtual doorman. So this is a direction, I believe.
Probably a lot more reliable than a doorman.